Good morning, everyone. I am OracleUnicorn, and welcome to Shaman Messages. Please keep in mind this is a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest. Put some things in your back pocket. You never know, you might need it for later. Don't forget to check your zodiacs on my Facebook page, OracleUnicorn, #OracleUnicorn. Energetically, it's been a rough few days, but last night me and my son had a lot of fun. We were seeing freaking fireworks from every freaking angle around us. It was wild. Okay, good morning. Hi, you were with us the whole time. It was wild. You even got to see and hear about some of the freaking fireworks that hit some of the kids and hit some of the people. There were some of the kids that literally came up to me and was like, I got hit in the face with one, and I was like, oh my, I am so sorry. Dude, and you were there with me. All right, so let's see what we have for y'all today. Wow, 3 of y'all, thank you so much. Let's see, the energy feels kind of, one of those days. So I'm gonna go ahead and get out some Fae, or should I do kind of like my warning energy deck? Yeah. Okay. Dream animals and divination of the ancients. So, what messages or advice do we have for the collective today? Thank you, spirits and my ancestors. Okay. Wow. Holy cow. So right off the bat, we get the owl and the snake. Impressively crazy, okay? This one is deception. So I feel this is, wow, this feels like this fine understanding of some sort of deceptive veil, and there's a transmutation of this. So I honestly feel this is like a shedding. What I'm seeing, it's a shedding of someone's eyes, okay? When it comes to this veil and certain deceptions, that's also what's coming to mind is masks of situations, like your situations you're starting to see, not just certain people wear their masks or certain things that they live by, and that it's not fully on purpose, okay? So we're understanding how, how to get through or work through these scenarios and communication with people when it comes to this mask, and not feeling an energy of offended, basically, because of like, okay, well, I see your mask, what is going on this? You're just trying to pull one over on me type of energy. It's really knowing someone is kind of playing behind a mask in their own level of understanding and their growth that they go through. So it's understanding how to have certain barriers and boundaries and allowing of your energy towards this without playing too much into it, okay? Because you're starting to realize playing too much into it, and if that person's not ready, you're really technically just wasting your own energy, especially when it comes out of kindness of your heart, it's you're understanding when it's going to make some sort of difference or shift, and when it's not. When you can say a few words, like kind of like plant a seed basically for that person, and when it's not meant for you to water it. And this is really cool. What I'm seeing here, what my attention was brought, was we have 4 and 14, okay? So there's this, a huge, I would say, a huge growth in the self relating to this transformation or transmutation, because I feel it's more of that transmutation type of energy, because you're kind of in your mind's eye perspective when you're working with a lot of these understandings, these shifts, okay? They're really big shifts, and it can be hard when it comes with learning how to work with people on a different level because of understanding of these shifts. It's almost like, you know, how Christians, they feel the need when they become reborn Christians. And I went through this. They felt the need to soul save, basically. Go to as many people as possible and get them to go over to Jesus. And some make a mission with themselves to soul save. And with me being an Aquarius and that type of personality, that is what I did. And it really slapped me in the face a little bit with it, because it's a lot like soul, in a way, like soul retrieval. You can't just go to people and kind of push them into being ready. You have to allow that to come to you. And that's a lot when it comes to, I would feel, the dynamic with Christians and soul saving. They seem to be very pushy about it. And that's kind of one of those little downfalls, I feel. I experienced with myself. I noticed it became more in a self-righteous type of personality because of this. And I feel there's a level of that's shifting too when it comes to understanding these masks and trying to get people to drop their own masks, okay? So that's what I'm basically expressing that with. And knowing when it's not their time to drop that. If they're still using it as a energy of protection, and the reason they're going through that is because in that time in their life, it is an element of protection for them. And on the other hand, when it comes to Christians and soul saving, they feel it's like, you know, you have to keep going at it, or else, you know, that soul is lost forever. So that's what puts a lot of that drive behind them with that art per se. So that's what is this kind of sometimes a rock in a hard place, because some of us can feel in a sense of like an element of like not doing good enough to be able to do this. But that's part of the lesson in this, and self-deception. So, yeah, I see that too. Especially with it being an owl, okay? An owl and a snake. You know, I mean, that's like strikingly like very Lilith element to me. Like, so Lilith right there. That's cool. All right, so what else do we have here? Oh my, oh my. And you have transformation of the butterfly after that. So yeah, this is very much this type of cycle in, well, practice makes perfect, really. So this is bothering me. Oh, well. I think it looks cute. At least it's not going. Okay, anyway. Okay, so we have progression in the instant. Okay, so that really just clarifies exactly what I was talking about, because we do have serious progression in this inner journey relating to this transformation, understanding. You're really like, some are just going to really start to understand where their energy is, you know, in a sense of needed. And when you're just kind of going to be beaten on a dead horse, really. So realizing you can kind of bring water to a horse, but you know, you can't make that horse drink that water. And who is it hurting? Honestly, it's hurting the both of you. Okay, so I have none of the divination of the ancients, so I'm just going to pull out some of the divination of the ancient cards here. All right. Okay. And we have a divination of the ancients at the bottom. Cool. With tarot guidance. Okay, so this is a shift And honestly, what I've been speaking about when it came to this reading with the collective energy here was, I think it was about 2 readings back, maybe. Yeah. Patience, element of patience is here, and having caution. Yeah, having caution in the game of these omens and the transmutation, possibly for some of you with yourself, okay? And the transmutation and transformation with yourself, with your inner journey and progress in your inner journey, and listening to nature, listening to all these omens and this confirmation and your wishes coming true. There's some sort of spontaneous action relating to someone's inner journey. For some of you, this is definitely I would say a fiery kind of grow. You're growing your inner fire through this deception, understanding element going on. There's like, I'm seeing 3 to 4 different levels of people. Some it's kind of out its first level. Some of you, you're moving into your 3rd level. For a sliver of you, you're pretty much at some sort of 4th level and moving into a 5th level, okay? And this is this progress, another serious progress of this inner journey. Some of you with that 4th level, it's a conclusion of a lot of this deception-like energy. You have been practicing it. So, you know, take what resonates, leave the rest, you know, and this knowledge. So you really will have inner knowledge with this. Trust that inner knowledge, you know, or have faith in your abilities with yourself, and trust the unfoldment in this journey between, your inner journey and the journey with the life, your path. And yeah, we have that sun here coming up, so yeah, there's heavy progress in this, but you do have this confirmation. Some of you, this is a spontaneous action towards something you have knowledge about, okay, and you're using your wisdom. Oh, that's crazy. We were just talking about the element of Lilith here, and look at it's at the bottom of this deck. Dude, Lilith totally showed herself. That's pretty wild. All right. So yes, some of you, this is a decision that is going to seriously transform your life. It is a heavy decision being made on you. I'm seeing a pendulum when it comes to a diamond heart. And you're receiving guidance. There's passion towards it, I see. There is a lot of truths, passion and possibly expression of truths tied to an Ace of Cups, but also tied with an offer, okay? So for some of you, there's this transformation and some sort of sudden realize and wish come true relating to an offer. Some of you, this is a job offer. Some of you, this is a job offer tied to a love offer. Some of you, this is a job offer with certain truths. Some of you, if you're in your 4th level going into a 5th level, this is having heavy sort of truth that is creating some sort of job offer that is going to lead to this emotional heart-to-heart conversation tied to your passions. So it will be all 4 of them together. Don't try to speed up your process. Those of you that you feel you're at like a level 2, 3, around there, don't speed up your process. It's okay. You want to baby step through your journey because you don't want to unfray something that, if you were to have taken your time and baby steps towards this huge going into 3 to 4 or 4 to 5, be different and something shift differently because you're trying to speed through the process, okay? So trust the progression in your inner journey, okay? Listen to the natures. There is a lot of transformation going on here, and have patience. Have patience through this. Know that when this practice makes perfect, you're practicing the skills and nurturement with yourself that will be needed, which is why we have this knowledge here, the book. When you get to that level, you see what I'm saying? Okay. And okay. And then we have this wisdom card here. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and move forward. But yeah, so don't be hard on yourself, because that's also part of this process. You will slow down, okay? If you're hard on yourself and you're beating yourself up, you're going to make progress, of course. But you will beat down, basically, your own kind of endurance, I would say. Because one of the lessons through it is being patient and kind of being more aware, expanding, being aware, watching, observing. That's what it is. Expanding your observance. Observe the little tiny things. Like if you were just wanting to pull forward, start shifting your energy into what's around you while you're in this slower process and seeing your progress with your inner journey that is tied with your everyday type of reality, okay? Okay, yeah, the journey, the new chapter. It's part of your new chapter. So this could be some sort of laying down of self-deception that you're waiting to move into the next chapter, waiting for this veil to be put down, for some sort of truth to be revealed. And this is like, it's in a way just allowing the veil to fall itself and allowing the truth to be revealed to you instead of digging for it in a way. There's too much digging for it, and the lesson comes with allowing it to fall. And there's a maintaining of friendship, but this is also preparation for, the knowledge, the understanding that's needed with this wisdom here. Wisdom in the connective dots. Your wisdom in the understanding and allowing, the process to play as you play, and not trying to kind of micromanage is what I'm hearing. Because trying to force plays because you feel it will be the stronger way is not going to be the more authentic, full way for yourself. So allowing it to play, but also kind of observing and paying attention, and still allowing it and not trying to put too much micromanaging into it. To fully pull out an outcome that you have envisioned in your mind that you feel will be better. I feel like it's playing with that, having this envisionment, but also kind of allowing the observance of the kind of the unfolding that is revealed with the cycle and play of your own journey unfolding with itself, okay? So, yes, you're creating, in a way, your own destiny while you play with the fates that are playing out, but not trying to micromanage too much, like, well, that doesn't seem good enough in a way, so I'm going to do this, this, and this, and say this, this, and this. Lay seeds here to try to force a specific outcome. Okay, so I feel like, see, comes with experience. So I feel like 4 to 5, 3 to 4 is gathering that information. 4 to 5 is practicing that information. 1 to 2 and 2 to 3 is 1 to 2 is kind of confused. 2 to 3, see, that's how I understand the levels and your own understanding, how you'll be able to see your own understanding. Listen to the spirit guides and your omens about this and just go, okay, well, just allow it to play out. And just, it's a practicing of being observant, especially with everything that ends up in play. Especially for those that, are highly involved with tarot readings and watching them and playing with them, we can tend to micromanage a little too much. And I've learned heavily that it's watch and observe, and then play. Play with what's going on instead of trying to, create, but it's creating like a child. You know how a child creates things with no specific outcome in mind? They're just doing it. And so you're not creating to create a specific outcome. What you are overall picturing together with your puzzle pieces is 10 of Cups, okay? But it's not being like this, and this is my 10 of Cups. It's going, okay, I like this. Okay, that's cool. Playing with the little things as the 10 of Cups is building. That energy is building. So you're putting in your energetic bank that energy of the 10 of Cups because you're baby playing with the 10 of Cup energy that you have pieces of right now, okay? And instead of always looking towards the future and create to look towards the future, you're playing with the little elements that you have that makes up the 10 of Cups that you have now and strengthening those skills that then strengthens your energy and the inner journey in the process towards the 10 of Cups. So that is that also baby step. Okay, so yeah. That doorway, wow. Dang. That is like having that, it's like an ignition of an understanding in one's journey, and then it's being this magician type of energy where you have all your tools. Now you have a fine sharpening of your knife. Like you're sitting here, you are sharpening this knife, getting ready, and this one is coming to that doorway, having everything on you and going, okay, I'm ready. And there's this wisdom, self-talk, this wisdom of the positive self-talk that was in a lot of practice, this transmutation of a lot of these things. Okay, that's where I see this little girl right there with the gator. And listening to the messages and also fully acknowledging them with standing in your boundaries. So this is a lot of that practice. Transmutate, practice these skills, having also that confidence in you're just knowing what to do right when it happens because of observing what the choices and their cause and effect, and better leveling your actions in play, to put in play when these things start coming to you, instead of putting them there to create these things to come to you. So there's a huge backflip on that, okay? And that's what really shifted and pulsated this transformation, all right? Hello, welcome. All right, this transmutation or transformation, a lot of this transmutation in these shifts and understandings, it's and that's also, it's creating your new journey, your new chapter of this journey. even if situational, everything is the same. You're literally like metaphorically taking this, I don't even know, you're not even really taking the wheel and shifting it. You're metaphorically turning your whole accent of your world upside down. Oh, like what came into my mind was, in Pirates of the Caribbean, when they go to Davy Jones' locker and they're up like this in the ocean, and then it has to like turn completely all the way around, and it's like the whole world shifts into this whole freaking new thing. It's like that. Okay, you're minded up doing that. And so it's almost like you shifted seriously in your own accent of a Davy Jones locker type of thing. And that's kind of like your realization of the transformation, and then some serious nerve-wracking progress, but because of that, but then there's a practicing of these skills with that, okay? Wow, that was weird. Like, pull out some Pirates of the Caribbean here. Okay, yeah, so we got the elder, and like huge shift in like elder understanding energy here. And recharging, and there's this new self-care lesson that clicked on. After that happens, it's like this self-care understanding in your time and efforts of certain skills you have. Oh, wow. In a way, it didn't look like a unhealthy, toxic, bad habit with yourself, but now with the shift, it's showing kind of an element how it can be. And that goes with the whole in people's faces, knowing when to, or masks, knowing when to, it's worth the energy and effort, and knowing when it's not going to make much of a difference. It's trying to move a brick wall, and knowing you're just going to be sitting there chiseling at it, and more than likely they're just going to put another brick up there and go, So yeah, I see that there. And a lesson of recharging. Some of you, this is sharing these lessons. So there's some of you that you've seen a lot of this happening with someone, and now you're seeing it with yourself. And then there's going to be a collaboration with someone that kind of plays with that as well, and you're seeing it. And so I feel like there's just this new dynamic that's happening tied to this. Ebb and flow, and the courage and the understanding and manifesting, okay? So this balancing out energies in manifesting, that is progressing. This is possibly a new definition of understanding when it comes to manifesting what it is you have put a lot of work into. I'm seeing a lot of Eight of Pentacles energy put into this. But also with that, knowing or understanding, reaching an understanding and a wisdom of submission and surrendering to the flow, that will also bring in progress, seeing where the progress comes in with this, okay? And some of you, there's an asking of help when it comes to rebalancing or balancing out certain things, or a progression in reaching out for help. For some of you, I can see that here. Okay. And that totally fell upside down. So there's this inner journeys, wow, when it comes to social dynamics and strengthening of character in oneself. For some of you, you are no longer keeping your motives quiet in a way. Quite interesting. We're definitely going to get some tarot out, but there's this inner journey, and some of you in needing to strengthen one's character in a lot of this, especially with the ebb and flow and emotional balance. through the transmutation and the transformation and the patience with your own inner journey. I can definitely see that. Okay, so I don't do personal stuff going live. Thank you. Sorry. All right, so nature. Okay. Seeking mentorship, learn on experience, calm approach. See, I was seeing that. Yep. Taking more of a calm approach, or seeing yourself being able to take more of a calm approach because of this. Definitely level up in inner peace with the self, with the knowledge that was obtained with patience and this guidance, this next level up in understanding and your own guidance with your own spiritual team. And I feel a lot of you, there's a level up when it comes to omens in nature. Oh, yeah, for sure. We have Hecate here at the bottom. Or Hecate. The way it's spelled, it's no wonder I ended up spelling it differently on my camera, or my candle. Because the way this is spelled, I mean, not saying it's wrong by any means. I'm weird when it comes to my spelling because I have always pronounced or sounded out. That's what it is. Sounded out the letters to make a word, to make the word, to understand, to read the word, basically. And with it as a, because I put I, so to me it was like Hecate, you know, and then you put like a line over and a line over. So to me, it just kind of made sense. And I mean, with this, I mean, my way definitely is probably wrong, but with this, it's Kate. So it's no wonder I was actually pronouncing it Hecate. And I've been hearing it, it's Hecate. And honestly, it rang bells with me when I said Hecate, when I was doing my whole calling up the goddesses type of energy here, or like, yeah, playing with it. So, but this is the torchbearer through the darkness and confirmation in wishes coming true with foresight, spontaneous action, looks like cause and effect and breaking old cycles. Some of you, this is with certain social dynamics because there's serious understanding and self-love and one's boundaries and some sort of social dynamic going on here. It seems like a group of friends or something, like for real, like analyzing this and spontaneous action tied to this, possibly like removal of yourself, this social dynamic going on. Wow. Okay. And then this wisdom in misunderstood intention, separation of yourself, and unfair process with the knowledge tied to this resilientness and conviction or some sort of empress. Okay. Oh, thank you. Oh, that was nice. They said no worries, thanks. Oh, that was really nice of them. Okay, so caring for community, avoiding pitfalls, expression of concern. Some of you could be going towards an empress type woman and wanting to express certain concerns of some sort of something. Well, let's yeah, I really want to do this. All right, I'm going to get my black mirror deck instead. Okay. Yeah, self-love, but this is also the single energy. And for some of you that you are feminine, you're in your empress energy, you're going to have success in work. There's a wisdom, success in your wisdom with your building of your work. Okay? Your foundation is very beautiful when it comes to your work. Especially with this resilientness and conviction in one's work, and just keep on going with it, you know, and the knowledge with it. This could be an expression of a lot of this wisdom and knowledge in your work. And this is being like a serious torchbearer, giving of service, relating to cause and effect. There's some sort of spontaneous action when it comes to breaking certain cycles in something, and being patient through the guidance of your own intuition. And okay, so this is, wow, a wish come true when it comes to competition or some sort of arguments. Coming out of this argument type of energy, guidance through the darkness. For some of you, relating to competition. Wow, reflection, understanding, black mirror energy. Wow, holy cow, this is like really some serious self-reflection going on when it relating to a new direction in one's life. Pretty big. Okay, so deep. And transmutation. This is of love. The transmutation of love. This could also be an expression or an emotional outburst. Oh, and another one. Oh, fear-based illusion. This looks like it's transmutating the emotions. Some of you are going to get kind of like an overwhelming expression of a lot of emotional vulnerability type of energy, or some of you are going to be giving a lot of expression of emotional vulnerability about stuff, okay? Because the Ace of Cups is not just about, you know, some sort of love off or an expression of love, overwhelming expression of love. This is anything. This can even be tied to oneself, possibly when it comes to one's heart, with this reflection in karmic energy cycles, especially with the 3 being there, with transformation, the elder, and shared lessons learned, sharing lessons learned. So that's tied also with that Ace of Cups. So for some of you, this could be a vulnerable expression with the relating to love. This could either be family or in relationships, okay? Because love would be with, you know, type of family. And then we do have over here this transformation when it comes to the 10 of Swords. So this is a betrayal with someone of the past, and or a betrayal relating to a reconciliation, but a change in perspective and also a reflection. Looks like possibly an expression relating to a betrayal and commitment. Multitasking, balancing commitment energy, or balancing a marriage tied with court. This is progression in this. Some of you, it's progression in commitment energy with this multitasking and balancing. This could be commitment with yourself, okay? Okay, this is about heart pain. So this is definitely about like a love situation type of thing with someone of the past, and balancing out commitment and kind of this longing in your heart. Some of you, this is definitely tied with 2 people. Some of you, this is definitely tied with a marriage and a home, and inner journey in possibly moving from one commitment, shifting towards possibly another because of competition, anger, and fights being upside down. But with this social dynamics being upside down, the strength and character, this is the 4 of Wands. This is about home union, marriage, or soul gathering. And then a decision in Lovers, a choice in love, and taking a calm approach relating to this decision in love or lovers. And obligations and responsibilities. Dang. 10 of Wands. So still kind of holding, someone seems to be carrying a lot of things because of possibly an energy of holding back, going into new perspective, patience in knowing, and this is that patience in that knowing, waiting for the right time to, yeah, still an energy, waiting for the right time to come out of this competition type of energy. I'm surprised you didn't get 3 of Cups, to be personally honest. Guidance through the darkness about this. And this is tied to Emperor energy and confirmation. For some of you, this is tied to an Aries energy. Some of you, this is tied to basically you being in this Emperor energy. That really would resonate for a masculine, possibly when it comes to a decision in love, wanting to be, or been kind of in a reflection, and I would say possibly the karmic cycle healing energy tied to fear-based illusions and things, and transmutating out of that, which is a lot of what we were speaking about in the first half of this reading. Yeah, and the Hangman, that's things going into a completely, a whole nother shift here with reunion, reconciliation. There's this planning and decisions tied to responsibilities, obligations, and burdens energy over there, but taking a calm approach relating to this. Okay, foresight in nurturing a project, wanting to go towards something, taking spontaneous action towards a specific project that could have been kind of dying, seeing the beauty and the growth in some sort of project. The Queen of Wands, so that's tied possibly to a fire sign, is upside down. Wow. So this could be entering one and going towards coming. This sounds like a divorce energy. Wow, yeah, 9 of Swords. Holy cow. And restless thoughts tied to this. Knowledge about some sort of Queen of Wands. I'm going to put this over here. Avoiding pitfalls and expressions of concern. Actually, that feels like it belongs there. With shifting goals. So, reveal type of element, and looks like wish fulfillment tied to a fire sign that had a lot of this restless thoughts and mental stress energy. Okay. About this, I didn't have to ask very long. Yeah, it's tied to this 7 of Chalice. Many possibilities, confusions, and options. So for the Empress, it doesn't look like, I feel like they have, of course, many options. That's a given, especially when it comes to an Empress. But not really much of a competition energy there, just coming out of confusion and understanding of their many possibilities. Well, that totally makes a lot of sense. The Sun, okay, and some of you, this is tied to a baby, and no longer being confused about some sort of baby tied to possibly a fire sign. There's a lot of burdens being lifted over this because it was definitely a betrayal relating to the past, a change in perspective about this because of being locked in an illusion of some sort of emotional vulnerability relating to this, confusion about this baby possibly tied to some sort of third-party energy, especially with feeling that as a heavy card held over the layout of this, to be personally honest. But this could also be, you know, the sun coming out and, you know, giving conclusions where there's a lot of confusion. So it could be played out in such a way. All right, what about this patience and this guidance? Opportunity. See, I was wondering about that. There's a lot that's, you know, you're still gaining a lot of, you know, conclusions. You're in this process of another level of the snake biting its tail with relating obligations, responsibilities, heart healing and commitment energy, to understandings being revealed, a full conclusion understanding being revealed when it comes to a betrayal energy here, that you are seeing is a fear-based illusion, coming out of a fear-based illusion factor that had someone kind of mentally bound, to be personally honest, is what I'm seeing. Yeah, High Priestess with this known energy. It's happening behind the scenes. This, some of you, it could be a receipt of money, but this is definitely opportunity, being patient for the right opportunity here. Oh, that self-love. I saw this over there. The separation of the self. Yeah, having a clearance. A lot of worries. The wisdom in a lot of these worries just kind of falling off in full, like, real revelation type of energy here. And moving forward, guidance, seeing one's guidance, how there had this guidance here, and the faith in oneself with your own abilities and being able to be the torchbearer through this chaotic energy. So exactly what I was expressing in the before I don't do personal energy on my lives, sorry. But if you would like personal energy readings, you can go in the description box below, and I do free reading, or do personal readings. So yes, a lot of this coming into light perspective. We did see confirmation energy here, wisdoms, and a lot of these cause and effect choices and their consequences relating to that. So yeah, I really feel a lot of burdens and obligations are going to be dropping, and then a new sense of self, shared lessons learned relating to self-love here, unfair processes, having more of a grounded patience through certain unfair processes, but also a very balanced energy with needing that expression too, relating to possibly betrayals. So there's definitely a lot of working of that energy here as well. Okay. Seven of Swords, yeah, with this sneaky behavior. No longer feeling like you really have to take action upon sneaky behavior, much of a focus, I would say, focus towards the sneaky behavior or stealing. There's this revelation and understanding when it comes to sneaky behavior, and kind of allowing them to take that action in whatever it may be, that it's not going to really, if it does create some sort of delay, that's just another piece to your puzzle. It's honestly going to strengthen your own journey with yourself. And I know it's like kind of like a for 2 to 3, 3 to 4, that's a hard process to get through, because it's like that's allowing, well, not really, because if you have certain boundaries and stay true to those boundaries, they shouldn't be able to overcross your peace, to be personally honest. And that the focus on the self, with the Seven of Swords through the unfair process. So it's just showing triggerments with yourself and working more on those triggers. So in a way, exactly what they express when it comes to our contracts we have with ourselves. It's just letting you know maybe certain areas that you might need to pay attention to when it comes to your own healing. Maybe there's some sort of conclusion in an area or some sort of reflection, shift possibly relating to cycles, bad habits of some sort, or old programming. So really those triggers help with a lot of that. And it becomes from sneaky behavior to kind of like this poke on the shoulder with the universe, using that as a play on an element of getting your attention, but then it gets your attention in a self-awareness shift. So you look and you're like, oh, okay. And then you shift over and take it into account for yourself and your own personal journey. Oh, jeez. This was all a mouthful, y'all. So this, for some of you, this is tied to strength through a tower moment when it comes to left out in the cold energy and bravery. Having bravery to know that if that is what's happening, it's pushing you to just keep moving forward. This is also tied to collecting info, saving, or holding back energy with a masculine tide. King of Pentacles energy, an earth sign, and putting the work towards a balancing of emotions with 10 of Cups energy. Someone's wish come true. It looks, I mean, for real, it looks like someone's having freedom from one commitment dynamic into being able to go towards their wish come true. Or this is also a healing and a reveal out of confusion and this drinking, overindulgence and drinking energy. That could be someone realizing something tied to drinking and then cold turkey. I could see that too. And a wish come true. So you got the unicorn here and 2 of Cups here about this. There's going to be some fast action that's possibly tied to this tower energy about this left out in the cold, strength through this left out in the cold energy with this masculine, and having equal intentions with this 2 of Cups energy, and an apology with, it looks like rejection energy here and unequal give and take, and a revealing possibly about being chained down, or not really being able to take some sort of actions, these burdens. So that ties a lot into that as well. Okay, cool. All right, so yeah, so we have this fast action, taking a leap of faith to sending out a message, passionate message. What do we have? Okay. Only an hour. Masculine. My masculine card. Yeah, this is communication between these 2 people for sure. For some of you, there's definitely going to be some sort of communication tied to emotional vulnerability, transmutation of emotional vulnerabilities and fear-based illusions in this hunter energy. So this could be basically relating to other people that would want to put their hands in the midst of this dynamic with a wish come true. I mean, damn. You got the journey again. So this honestly looks like a heavy personal initiation in leap of faith towards somewhere for sure, in leaving one journey that or path, leaving one path and shifting into another. Yeah, there is some help about this 3 of Swords energy here, tied with court and commitment, the council. So this is like advice, seeking advice, I see, about one's inner journey and decisions possibly about wanting to move forward towards this, having foresight, working on patience through with this foresight about going towards this, more than likely person someone has been having a lot of dreams about. I'm seeing that too. You got the magic card over this union, marriage, soul gathering, choice, and love. So I just, that was in this inner journey and the magic in this, with this person of the past, because 3 and 3 equals 6. So this could be heavily with this person of the past decision here. Some sort of realization, okay, like an epiphany I was talking about burdens, obligations, and responsibilities, seeking mentorship, learn on experience, calm approach towards this movement. Like, and then we got the snake here again. So yeah, the wizened, okay, yeah, a huge, heavily wise or wisdom shift, like a wisdom level up. Yeah, your wisdom has, oh man, I know this is game term, but your wisdom has leveled up twice. Not just like leveled up once, it leveled up twice. In the emotional vulnerabilities and face-based, fear-based illusions tied to that, and emotional, and this coming out of this mental restriction. So that's why I'm saying it leveled up twice. It's because there was an emotional healing in one's vulnerability and this kind of rejection of the self when it comes to allowing oneself to be vulnerable, and it's tied to a lot of fear-based illusions relating to it. So that's a lot of deprogramming of one's emotions that is also helping this ignition and this shift with, it's clarifying the wizen. So the mental conflict that was going on, I mean, we have here with the 9 of Swords, that is definitely a lot of mental conflict, going on, sleepless nights. So, and with this opportunity, this hidden knowledge tied, this high priestess, things happening behind the scenes. This is probably someone who reads tarot. I mean, like, you don't have the high priestess over tarot guidance over here for no reason. So it looks like some of you, that's an empress, and you do card readings, you are definitely going to end up with an opportunity tied to your work. For sure, about being a serious torchbearer and service, spontaneous, like wish come true in one's foresight with this. So if you're a feminine that is one serious energy tarot reader, yeah, you have some serious things being built up. Your karmic, you're about to kind of like cash in, basically allowed to cash into some very valuable buildup of one's a beautiful karmic debt. I mean, you have a very beautiful karmic debt building up over here, so it's going to be very bright as you have built your soul to illuminate. In your illumination, in the wisdom and lessons, the teaching understandings of a lot of this, especially with having a clearance of sneaky behavior, and a clearance of the separation of the self with focusing on the self, okay? And these unhealthy cycles, commitment energy, some sort of spontaneous action tied with someone's masculine energy here. I do see that too with the feminine. See, now this is why I usually do feminine and masculine readings, because I end up pulling both if I don't. But it's good. But then it can confuse me pretty easily, going back and forth. Okay, yeah, for sure with ancient wisdom here, and this graceful, it looks like a very big surrender into one's foresights and harvest and calling in one's emotional fulfillment, wishes, okay? So this is what I'm seeing, allowing what has fallen out of sync with you and kind of looking up to the stars and kind of calling out and going, I am ready for this shower. It's like it's the shower of all your wishes coming true. So that is exactly what I'm seeing. A lot of falling stars coming down and showering, a lot of blessings with your hard work. Definitely, for sure, I see this here. I am honestly seeing a lot of barriers being, finally brought down. I see like Ganesha kind of really taking a lot of these brick walls and going, okay, it's time, especially with that sun being there. I'm going to clarify this sun with this resilientness and conviction energy. One's convictions. Yeah, heart of the sky. Yeah. Some of you, this is a wish come true when it comes to a reconciliation and love, for sure. If not, it's really growing that process towards that. There's going to be some sort of understanding, possibly for some of you in the 5D world, when it comes to your heart and love and healing heart pain, and this, counsel and being a torchbearer with yourself and courage, and to keep going and working through this restless thoughts and mental stress and expression of one's concerns. Yeah, this is still like tending to your own wisdom with the separation of oneself, the darker self with, your healer aspect self, that nurturer type self, that, okay, so it's like, the part of you, which would be the darker part of yourself that, just kind of is there, but it also comes out when people really push over your boundaries too much. And it's really creating a balance with that, knowing when to unleash your dog and knowing when to just kind of temper and go, it's okay, we can talk out this one. Don't need to go, all right, go bite, with not physically, but with, your words, when it comes to people really pushing your fence over, okay? Sometimes, we get to that point to where we, it's the wisdom and, the levels of using this side of yourself, okay? Not completely chaining it down and telling it, you're not worthy, or you are wrong, you are a bad part of me, you need to go in the cage, no, you're befriending it, and you're talking with it in more of that nurturing way I was talking about over there. It was a fear-based illusion about this other side of you, okay? That other side of you is just as important as that healer-like side of you that goes, oh, well, it'll be all right, here you go, that nurturing kind of caving type of you, there's a lot of I'm seeing a Libra energy with this, so it's really analyzing this on a mental and emotionally vulnerable level, okay? Hunting of these fear-based illusions in your emotional vulnerability. Yeah. Some of these things I'm like, where the hell did this come from? Yeah, the medicine wheel, big change, huge change. And this could be with one's finances, huge change in this revealing in this coming out of this patience and being able to go into one's harvest with a lot of this work that you have been putting into these things, okay? There will be, a a success going on, okay? Sweat lodge. Just getting through the cleansing of a lot of this, okay? This is going to be the hardest part. Getting through the cleansing with this, having that communication with yourself, listening to your heart, but also your heart listening to your mental well-being, okay? So both, not just your mental well-being going, yeah, well, you know, your logic's kind of in the trash with this. No, make them friends. Like, build a bridge, okay? Because that mind is needed just as much as one is meant to listen to their heart, okay? So bringing logic and emotional vulnerability together, creating self-love, healthy focus with could be some of these understandings in sneaky behavior or some sort of stealing, something like that. There's this giveaway tied to a child. Holy cow. And seer energy. So someone was seeing a lot of this unfair process, working through this unfair process, possibly keeping one motives quiet, and then the magic and some sort of understanding, and then this giveaway tied with a child and taming the wind. This is mental stress and restless thoughts. But a conclusion, there's something is going to open up and reveal itself of an action being taken towards heart fulfillment, and it's going to have its logical and emotional healing with it, okay? And that's tied to, I would say, possibly healing heart pain when it comes to commitment. And some of you, there's needing to go to a doctor about some sort of heart pain, okay? And, or, yeah, for real, okay? Like, some of you, and you need to go ask for help about this heart pain. Go get some things checked out or something, because that's the third or fourth time it's kind of gone like this to me, and I'm like, let it sit for a minute, and I have, and it's still going. Okay. So yeah. Some of you, this is definitely foreseeing energy and something tied to a child. And it looks like there's a giveaway here. And with this mental conflict, you had restless thoughts tied toward this fire sign. For some of you, this is a message coming to you that you had, restless thoughts about, and you were foreseeing this shift happening, but you were allowing it to just, you were sitting in your element, keeping yourself, very balanced, and still having an expression too about these things tied to fear-based illusion with this, but also, this is expressing concerns too towards social dynamics for some of you, expressing out some of these things. And then there's this giveaway happening toward relating to a child. Yeah, a message. Everyday existence. Flow. A ghost dance. Some confusion. cleansing that confusion away, relating to a ghost dance tied to, that seems like ghost dance, which would be that feeling lost, with messages in nature, tied to soul retrieval. And then there's the thunder, so like a tower moment energy with freedom or stealing. Standstill relating to boundaries, and then a harvest of 10 of Cups energy tied to an air sign, and completion in witnessing a cutting of ties, and focus on gathering of many possibilities, and balancing in one's heart. For sure, that's interesting. So in a way, this is a message for some of you towards this luminous warrior. Some of you, this is you being the masculine, your message is this, tied to possibly a child, an everyday existence, the circle, wild woman, hidden energy with a spiral of emotions, and the flow in one's sacred self, the nectars of the universe. So this looks like it's heavily practicing one's skills in soul retrieval and messages and omens, with nature, with Pachamama being there. That's interesting because of the fact that that's my next drawing I'm working on. While I'm finishing up my star is my Pachamama initiation and determination drawing. And that is the harvest of what this is. Your overall play and message in this is a harvest of one's determination and initiation into a new journey with yourself, with new goals, new wisdom, coming out of confusion. So cleansing a lot of this confusion and competition energy. So yeah, for sure, that is pretty cool. All right. Looks good. Let's see. I want to see, green woman here we have, and behind her, this a reveal tied to a green woman. That could be that Empress. Fruition, yeah, a harvest of one's perseverance. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. A serious harvest of some strong perseverance energy. Wow. Standing your ground in independence. Enthusiasm and positive expectations. Seeing the road ahead before with these answers, with this dangerous person, and church acceptance in one's vulnerable heart. So this could also be clearing this dangerous addiction or masculine type of possible habit, and allowing one's heart to open, and acceptance in one's emotions. Wow. And letting go of barriers. Yeah, letting go of barriers, this lack of forgiveness, false perception and lack of forgiveness, and release from captivity. No kidding. Okay, tricky situation. When it comes to the sneaky behavior, lies, focus on oneself, and the harvest of this message of listening and creating of harmony through the stillness, listening through the stillness, gift of sanity, tied to a fire sign. That was, oh, all right, I'll leave it. I'm just too funny. Okay, so there's this shift to another owl card. Holy cow, you got quite a bit of owl energy. This is physical healing in this unknown, and harvest, possibly tied with things happening behind the scenes. This huge shift that has been a lot of things, wholeness and wellness as well. The Queen of Owls. So this could also be an opportunity of wholeness and wellness, physical healing, a huge change in one's physical healing and wholeness and wellness, and a lot of answers being revealed. Hidden energy, listening to your heart in decisions and internal dialogue and taking action. Awareness when it comes to action. Oh, look at that. And the art of love. Wow. And wishes coming true. Like, yes, someone's wish is for real about to come true. Like, this is a very huge, important one. Like, I'm seeing 8 of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles stacked. And if you're still in your process of your 8 of Pentacles stacking, yes, it is worth it to keep going with those 8 of Pentacles and keep working on them, okay? It's your efforts aren't going to go in a way unnoticed, or your efforts and work energies are, they're gaining its value. It's not for nothing, okay? That's a fear-based illusion, especially when it comes to one's emotional vulnerability, okay? That's part of that emotional balance, knowing that whatever efforts you put into something, even if you have to walk away and you feel like your efforts have gone unnoticed, no, they haven't. If anything, it has been noticed. It's created a lot of shift, and have faith in your ability and trust that everything is just going to play out exactly the way it needs to play out in your own best interest, especially with you focusing on your own self-worth and boundaries. For sure, it's just building, building that, moving from Page of Pentacles into Knight of Pentacles. And with the Knight of Pentacles, that energy sits there and keeps building, and it gains value, and it goes into kind of like a King of Pentacle or Queen of Pentacle. You have to keep nurturing it, and then into King of Pentacle energy. It's abundance in, maybe not financial quite yet, but it's energy and opportunity. And the King of Pentacles in some of the cards, the eyes are closed. So this could be very much inward fruition, and then moves into external, which would be this opportunity or a receipt of money. So it goes in steps. It works in levels, With this being at the end of at the bottom of the deck, this could take for some of you a few more weeks. There's still this transmutation and transformation going on, and this kind of help in one's independence and standing your ground and freedom of expression. And then this shift of, the external starts happening, but it's going to be very chaotic. And it's also another initiation practice when it comes to staying emotionally. Don't get emotionally overwhelmed. To keep that balance in your emotions and playing with the art of love, attention in one's awareness and the mask. You also, work through and live by, and also, that you possibly mirror up to when someone that also wears a mask. So, okay, so this is also tied with that physical healing, with a lot of this, and wholeness and well-being within oneself, and receiving these answers and being true in your own intentions. With your heart and wise choices, with your foresight that you are definitely building, and being released from captivity is down here towards the end. So some of you are all the way down here, but some of you are playing up here, and just, patience. It's the reason why people say patience is a virtue. So, it's playing within the weavings of fate, going with the cause and effect and choices and the unfoldment of these choices. Giving the time with the unfoldment of these choices and this healing the separation of oneself, and focus on oneself, and possibly relating to some sort of success in work wisdom, and success in one's work, and success in self-love, self-understanding. This could be an action tied to releasing oneself from holding back and moving forward, So I'm going to go ahead and end it here. I need water. Okay. Don't do that one. Time, the doorway. That was perfect. Okay, I'll do that one too again. The doorway to someone's passions. I mean, that's and worthiness. Okay. And release behind that. Okay, so I'm not gonna read all three. I'm definitely going to read worthiness and time, because I feel we've done passion, which is that, burns brightly on a black landscape type of energy. So I've already read this one quite a few times already, so I'm just going to go with worthiness. Okay. Oh, this is why I go to bed early. Oh my goodness. I stayed up way too late. Okay, so we have Waxwing again. But it's a move up level of Waxwing. And then we have Pelican behind that. Okay, cool. Number 14, Doorway. Life can be a melody of delight. When the painting of your path begins to fray within your own lodge of thought, shift your mind's eye to that of a placid sea. See the brilliant path of silver moonlight that comes across the water to bring you safely home. Let the clarity of light fill you with radiant colors as you surround yourself with the protection of the ancestors. This is the time of your becoming. What wonders do you dream of for yourself? Well, fear-based illusion clearing with dust. Doorway, this new direction. Yeah, wow. Worthiness, blue medicine. All water birds are medicine. If followed, they lead you to water, the essence of life. The kingfisher in particular represents healing. One would wish any wound, physical or psychological, would mend as quickly as the water's surface after a kingfisher's dive. The kingfisher is like the interpretive warrior that you are. To solve your own problems, you move deeply beneath the surface of your emotions into the troubled waters, searching for earlier reasons and conditioning that caused you pain. This blue medicine signifies the deep blue water of your emotions, and your prey is an inferior sense of well-being and worthiness. Like this great bird in flight, once your prey is found, you set your wings to soar high above it, determining where next you will plunge. Let this be your time of healing. Raise your spirits to the skies. 37, Waxwing. 37 and 27. That's pretty cool. Waxwing. 37. I am Waxwing, the balancing of give and take. I am what you reveal and what you hide behind. I am intoxicated with the sweetness of life. I am the ritual of ceremonial giving. I am courtesy and the generosity of sharing the good life. I am the importance of knowing what roles you play. Be aware of what you are presenting. Be mindful of the masks you live by. I am the wisdom to shape and shatter facades. I am the abundance of heart to present my joy to others. There is a great strength in letting the world know who you are. You are reciprocity, you are joyful indulgence, you are unmasked, and you are waxwing. 27, Pelican. I am Pelican, the bridge of the head and the heart. I am careful observation. I am planning with room for negotiation. I am the skills you need to reach the goal at hand. I am unfettered determination. I am the use of team dynamics. Your outlook may be too heavy. Your viewpoint is, or may be restricted. What you are requiring is a greater adaptability. I am the release of expectations. I am the effortless flow of one thing to another. I am your need to let things unfold and take the best catch. You may have stepped in your own way. You may well be tripping over your own feet. Stay focused, but do not lose sight of the bigger picture. You will always find what you seek. You are positive and productive. You are effortless and quiescent, and you are abundant in resources. You are Pelican. All right. Thank you so much for watching, y'all. I greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Sharing, you never know who else will see this and be able to help them as well. All right. Goodbye. See you next time.